Avatar: The Last Airbender is one of the most beloved franchises ever. By many, it's actually the greatest animation cartoon ever created. Personally, I agree with that sentiment. But sadly, Avatar beyond the actual animation series that we all know and love has had, as we say, some horrible feats after. Live action usually doesn't work well. Video games have been lackluster, but there does seem to be hope on the horizon. IGN just announced that there is a new Avatar: The Last Airbender game that will be getting some AAA love. So go over this article, give you my thoughts about it, and a game that I really think it should mimic and how they do things. And it's not the game you probably think. So let's look at the article. Avatar: Last Airbender is getting a AAA RPG with Saber Interactive and Paramount Game Studios exclusive. It'll put players in the shoes of an all-new, never-before-seen Avatar. That's huge. That sounds very intriguing. Avatar: Last Airbender is getting a AAA game. Paramount Game Studios, it's Saber Interactive, announced today a new action RPG based in what's called the Avatar Legends universe. If you're not familiar with action RPGs, that's games like your Wukongs, your Elden Rings. Many put Ghost of Tsushima in there too. I mean, I would. It's elements of it. It's that type of game, and I think those games are very, very popular, very, very beloved. And if you do those type of games right, with the type of world building and type of lore that Avatar: The Last Airbender has, you could really have a special game on your hands. So let's continue. The label, based on the world first introduced by Nickelodeon's Avatar: Last Airbender, it's in collaboration with the Avatar Studios. That's great. Working with the actual studio. The division launched by original show creators Michael DiMartino and Brian Konietzko. That's great. Whenever the actual original show creators are on it, I'm hopeful for it, man. And 2021, the goal of expanding the Avatar universe. The Avatar universe deserves this. One of the greatest universes of any animation, anime, cartoon, hell, even live action comic. It's really that great. It's still in early development, so details are a little slim at the moment, but the companies call it the biggest video game in franchise history. It will be made for both PC and consoles. That's great. I'm assuming not the old gen consoles. Sure, by the time the game drops, PS5 may even be considered old gen. Series X may be considered old gen. And consoles, and tell a new story in the universe that's being developed in close collaboration with Avatar Studios. It'll put players in a role of an all-new, never-before-seen Avatar, take place thousands of years in the past. That's interesting. According to Paramount and Saber, players can expect to be immersed in a vibrant world, master of all four elements, engage in dynamic combat alongside companions, and experience the challenges and decisions that come with being the keeper of balance in the world. It adds that story-wise, it'll feature elements both new and familiar to fans of the franchise. That's really, really exciting to me. What that could be, who knows? Who knows the type of world building that can actually take place? But you know, the thing with me that really gets me excited about this, it's one specific game that it isn't even out yet, but has so many elements of element manipulation to it. It's set in a similar type of environment, not one for one. This environment is set in China, ancient China, compared to Avatar's obviously Japan. And that game is Where Winds Meet. If you're not familiar with Where Winds Meet, that game isn't come out yet, but it's a vibe of Ghost of Tsushima and Rise of Ronin, but it's based fully in China, where you actually learn various ancient Chinese martial arts. It's not one for one pure combat hand-to-hand fighting. It has elements of water manipulation, wind manipulation, the ability to run fast, jump high, freeze opponents, perception. And the way they did it, when I watched the game and why I'm so excited for it, I was like, man, I really hope the devs can actually make an Avatar: The Last Airbender video game. Because with how they did Where Winds Meet, the elements and how they showed the manipulation, how they showed the techniques, the moves, and just the atmosphere of Where Winds Meet, Avatar: The Last Airbender would be perfect. Now, of course, they're not with Saber. Now I'm hoping Saber takes a lot of themes from that, how they did a lot of these things, and puts it into this new Avatar: The Last Airbender game. But Where Winds Meet will be a great base to just kind of build and how to show and how to do these various elements of Avatar's bending techniques, because we've seen them try to be done in live action. Granted, the Netflix series did do it the best that we've seen in live action, because we're not going to talk about the one attempt before that, right? But even in video games, a very cartoony, I mean, obviously it's a cartoon, but they can be done way better. So I think that's a great game to look at for inspiration if I was Saber. Let's go on. So we know loyal fans of Avatar: The Last Airbender have been eager for more stories that bring them into the universe of the show, and through gaming we're able to expand the world building and allow fans to experience the new content in a completely immersive way, says Doug Rosen. Saber Interactive has a proven track record in bringing IP-based games to life, and we're excited to co-fund the AAA title alongside them and let fans experience this firsthand. So if you're not too familiar with Saber Interactive, they created the pretty popular, and I would say pretty solid game, Space Marine 2. Very beautiful game. I mean, you at least got to give them that. I personally haven't played it myself, but all the reviews, people I trust, say the game has a lot to offer. It's almost like a revamped, beautiful, better stored version of Gears of War. It looks like to me, but has way more elements to it. So if Saber can make a game for Avatar: The Last Airbender, obviously looking graphically as beautiful as Space Marine 2, but obviously having the elements of the lore, the universe, we could have some type of amazing game on our hands. So let's continue on with the article. At Saber, we are truly fans of the IP we work with, said Josh Austin, head of IP development and licensing. Saber Interactive, our team members are some of the most devoted, passionate creatives out there, and it's an honor to join forces with Avatar Studios, a Paramount Games, to further expand the Avatar Legends universe in video games. This unique co-fund structure is a result of our ever-expanding collaboration with Paramount, which started over a decade ago. Obviously, Avatar: Last Airbender has a long mixed history in video games dating back to 2006. So everything I've been able to gather so far from this and other sources is that this game is looking to come out around 2027, 2028. If you know anything about the Avatar series, they have a lot of things that they're actually investing in Avatar wise. We were given this amazing roadmap, pretty much showing all the type of things they have from 2023 to 2027 coming up. We got the Netflix book one of the Avatar live action, which was, I mean, it wasn't great to me. I didn't like some of the casting, but it was still solid. But obviously we have book two coming up. We have the adult team Avatar animated film. We have the new series, another animated film, another series, more live action animated series. But the thing that really get kids involved in the series itself is as popular, for instance, like a Dragon Ball, right? As popular as the series was, when the games dropped, it just added a whole nother element of fanaticism to the fan base to get into the game, to learn the characters, to get into their movesets. And I think if they do this game correctly, we could be looking at Avatar: The Last Airbender growing even more than it has, becoming one of those just as legendary as it already is, but just bringing on a whole new demographic, a new era of fans in ways we haven't seen before. So this game, the whole thing has got me really, really excited. Let me know what you think of the video. I will be covering Avatar: The Last Airbender on this page. Personally, I'm a fan of Dragon Ball. I love Avatar: The Last Airbender. I'm a big fan of Marvel and DC Comics. So if you like those type of things, be sure to tap in. I will be focusing on Dragon Ball and Avatar: The Last Airbender, and doing a few movie reviews of those Marvel and DC movies and animated films. Well, if you like that, please tap in with me. I appreciate it. Like, comment, and subscribe. With that one, we say salute. Thank you again.